I heard there was a horse tournament that happened on television. The horse tournament I tuned into. I tried my absolute best. That was tough, man. I ain't never seen anything like that. It was so bad a quality, right? And now, granted, I don't think we're expecting top-notch quality whenever people are filming via iPads and iPhones and things like that. It was such bad quality that Zito literally thought this morning that it was a State Farm production that got simulcasted through ESPN. Is that not right?
I did believe that, yes.
Zito thought that there was no chance that ESPN would put this on the air because it felt like it was edited too. And if that was the edited version, I don't know how it goes about that. Nobody liked that horse game. Nobody. When I heard the idea, heard the concept, I was a big fan. I was excited for it. Then once you watch it happen, it was like the execution not as great. Paul Pierce out there just... Paul Pierce is living his best life, by the way. Zach LaVine asked him to slap the backboard with his left hand and do a layup with his right hand. And Paul Pierce slapped the backboard and then just dropped the ball. I mean, he did not know what he was getting into. Big shot. Chauncey Billups was hitting some things. He was down HOR to nothing, and he comes back and wins. But the quality was just very tough. I mean, it was very, very tough to watch. The entertainment level was so low. I think even the biggest of sports fans watched that and were like, we can't do that. I think some people continued to hate watch it. I think some people hate watch it because there was nothing else to do. But boy, that was not, I assume, what ESPN was thinking they were getting.
I could have done 5 different ways better than that.
Zito production is something that you don't truly respect until you see something like that happen. You're like, we could have probably got something a little bit better off the ground.
It was insane to see something that poor quality.
It was a lot of freezing. There was a lot of things freezing. And then obviously, Tamika Catchings had no chance. If you live in Indiana, it's called Windiana for a reason. She had no shot shooting outside.
And ESPN did it wrong, too. They had that corner 3 shot where they compared both of them because obviously Conley was in a nice,
beautiful gym. Mike Conley, by the way, Indiana guy, he just got paid. He has an entire...
Oh, yeah.
Like an entire rec center at his house. That thing was beautiful.
Nice on the Earthsday Center.
You see all the people that had made their money already.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Trae Young, he's a rookie, so he hadn't got a chance to really invest in his house and everything like that. Looked like he was at some massive house, by the way. Good for him buying that in Norman, Oklahoma. But boy, he stunk out there in the driveway. It was a tough scene for everybody, including ESPN, but I'm happy they put something on. That was at least nice for us to pass the time with.
They're also doing like layups and like 4-foot jumper. Like you expect these people to, like Trae Young, maybe shoot a very long 3 like you do in a normal game.
Yeah, it made me feel a lot better about our shooting, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I saw a lot of misses on some very basic shots. And every time you go to an NBA arena and watch these dudes shoot, there's no missing, by the way. When you go to an NBA, even in warm-ups, it's like splashy, 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 splash, everybody. But in the offseason, get a little COVID-19 quarantine, get away from the game a little bit, all of a sudden you're starting to see the human side of them. Some misses that I did not expect out of the boys last night. Some misses I did not expect. So sorry to interrupt. If you're a man watching this, you deserve to have long, great. And you can do that now with our friends at Roman. Right now, you go to GetRoman.com. You get $10 off and free 2-day shipping on Roman swipes, which are guaranteed to make you have longer, more fulfilling every time you get in the sack. Now, let's get back to the fornicating action.
To Tony's point, I mean, Trae Young, if he wanted to take a 3 from half court or whatever, he didn't have lines. So he was just guessing basically where the 3-pointer was, and he was just chucking up shots.
Is that on Trae Young?
Yeah.
And Zito said he would expect him to have something bigger. He hasn't had time. The guy just got paid, and in the middle of the season, he's under lockdown. I don't even think he can hire contractors at this point out there in Oklahoma. The guy didn't even have time to do anything.
It seems like they legitimately thought that like a lot of people might be watching this because it ended up. I mean, we just watched them play grab ass. Like that's really what it was. Like it could have been equally entertaining to watch any of us go out there and shoot a couple.
Who was the guy? The host guy at his house with the Warriors jersey and Miami Dolphins.
Mark Harris or something?
I don't know. He did not bring a lot of buzz and energy. He seemed like a very good guy. The guy in the top right corner. He seemed like a very good guy, a nice guy. But whenever they are all talking at one point, it was you let the two shooters kind of carry the show. I don't know. I think they needed a little bit of maybe background music, maybe some commentators.
You know they needed too? The and one guy back in the day.
No holding!
Yeah, they needed that guy.
No holding!
I don't know if he's alive or not.
They did need somebody, like when Paul Pierce slaps that backboard and does it, like somebody has to bury Paul Pierce there, you know what I mean? Somebody has to, for the good of entertainment. They tried to make an internet broadcast and put it on ESPN. They gave it their best effort, just didn't. Execution wasn't fantastic. The internet hated it, dude.
As the shit.
The internet hated it.